Hey guys, it's Tandrake and I am back with some more Danganronpa. Obviously we've done a lot of the investigating in here. I want to try and just get the investigation done. Oh, let's see what you have to say.
Very strange.
So why was Sayaka in your room when she was killed? Could it be because you are the culprit? No, you've got it all wrong. Sayaka and I switched rooms last night. He didn't even try to hide his the suspicion on his face. Even if what you say is the absolute truth, you're still responsible for her death, wouldn't you say? Huh? After all, she wouldn't have died if you hadn't switched rooms if she hadn't switched rooms with you, right? The reason Sayaka was killed is because I suggested we switch rooms. She's dead because of me? And then it should have been me that died. Well, all we can say right now is it's a possibility. If that's really true, then what about you, bro? Very strange. Miss Nayagi and Miss Maizono doing, what was Miss Maizono doing in your room? Let me just say this. I absolutely will not allow you to dispose of any evidence in that trash room, Do you really think I'm guilty? Well, I can't get through it, can I? There's 38 here, no way to get past. It's the end of the line. The trash room, this is where all the trash in the school eventually winds up. How do you get this gate open? No entry beyond this point. Only the person on cleaning duty is allowed in. Cleaning duty?
You can't go any further.
No entry beyond this point. The only yeah. Who's on cleaning duty?
You can't go.
Yeah, shut up. This is stupid. It'll be fast to go around and ask the others.
You can't.
Shut up. Cleaning duty has been added to the truth products. Would it not say in the screw that one. No, I don't have any presents tonight. No, I don't. So who's on cleaning duty? Oh wait, don't tell me. Looking for whoever's on cleaning duty? Cleaning duty? As a matter of fact, that's me. Why do you ask? It just so happens that Monokuma talked to me yesterday and asked me to take care of it. Without someone on cleaning duty, the school would be flooded with trash in no time. So I formally applied for the position. I was going to start this morning, but after what happened, I haven't had a chance to get started. And since you're on cleaning duty, can you open the gate in front of the trash room?
Here we go.
Of course, it's my job to gather up all the garbage and toss it in the trash room. And to do that, they gave me the key for the trash room gate. But we're supposed to rotate once a week, so eventually I'll be in charge. Wait, hold on. You need a key to get in the trash room? And only the person on cleaning duty has access to the key. What's the point of going to all that trouble? Why not just leave the trash room open all the time so we can all throw things in wherever we want? That does seem more convenient.
So in other words...
Actually... anyone who kills a fellow student and becomes blackened will graduate unless they are discovered.
So that's it.
That must be why. If anyone could go in and out of the trash room whenever they wanted, then destroying evidence would be easy. The thrill would disappear and things would become boring. But boring?
Hey, listen.
Anyway, more important than that.
Hey, you bastard.
Hey, fatty, why did you want the cleaning duty gig anyway?
Oh.
I just decided to volunteer. I knew no one else would want to do it. What's the big deal?
You...
Liar, I know why you did it.
Is it like...
You want to dig through all the girls' trash looking for, and poking around in it.
There's no way to think about this in a
what are you
common
talking
sense
about?
kind of
All
way.
I love is for 2D.
You know what I mean.
But there's all kinds of trash diggers like that. Maybe you'll get tired of 2D and then turn to... I would never get tired of 2D. After spending a significant amount of time comparing 2D and 3D, I voluntarily choose 2D. The only thing 3D is good for is to shower love and affection on 2D. Oh, and PVC figures.
Give me a break.
How are you totally not embarrassed to say stuff like that? If you're so worried about Hifumi's questionable morality, there's a very easy solution. Whenever a guy has cleanup duty, Sakura can accompany them from picking up the trash to disposing of it. What?
What?
If you're innocent as you claim, where's the harm in it? That's not how it's supposed to be. Anyway, on another topic, Hifumi, since you were on clean duty, I have a favor to ask you. What, so now you suddenly want to join my party? Sorry, but you haven't triggered the flag yet. I mean, you haven't helped me recover from my a past trauma, or save a village, or beat a boss. No, nothing like that. I was just hoping to get into the trash room and look around. Oh, okay. So easy. So Hifumi and I head into the trash room. Okay. You'd like me to open the gate? Yeah, you know, when I look at it, it makes me think. They said he killed his wife. He learned how to get by on the inside, but he never stopped dreaming. Get busy living or get busy dying, he said. So him and Rita, they found themselves a way out. What the hell are you talking about? Okie dokie, leave it to me. Hifumi appeared to key out of his pocket and used it to flip the switch next to the gate. And then?
Mr. Naegi!
However, Miss Dandrake, surely you aren't planning to use the trash room to destroy evidence, are you? You fiend, you planned this all along. No, I just wanted to see if the actual killer tried to destroy evidence or not. But the actual killer is you, isn't it? You want to see if you left anything behind. Wait, maybe a parallel world. Whatever, let's just hurry up and keep looking. Well, straight away, I see this. So there's something on the ground in front of the incinerator. Looks to be a burnt piece of something. A burnt piece? Like a hunk? Or like a hunk of burning love? Yeah, there's something wrong with you. Anyway, this looks like a piece of cloth, and the shape? Part of a sleeve from a buttoned shirt. Now that I look at it, it's definitely blood on the cuff, which means this is all that's left someone of some of the evidence the killer destroyed. But there are lots of people here with white button-up shirts. This isn't enough by itself to figure out who the killer is. Okay, right. I want that now. The shards of broken glass scattered around in front of the incinerator. Looks like you used some kind of glass ball just about big enough to fit in the palm of your hand.
Is this
Yeah, is that? Do you know what that is? They say if you can collect all 7, a dragon will appear and grant you a single wish. Okay. Kidding aside, looks like the kind of thing you might see on Big City Street Corner. Gaze into it and it will show you a glimpse of the future. Just like that. Nina girl who was on the quest to find that one guy. Crystal ball. Yeah, I get what you're trying to say, but who did this particular ball belong to? It's only one person it could be. They should still be in the gym. I better go for sure. Let's just double check in here. It's the incinerator. It's way in the back part of the trash room. It's a good 30 feet from here to the gate. And it's on right now. Do you see the green and yellow buttons next to the mouth?
Yes,
incinerator? It's
indeed.
a pretty simple setup. You press the green button to get it going and the yellow button to turn it off. Sooner or later, you'll be on cleaning duty, so make sure you learn this before you leave, okay? Huh? Someone turned on the incinerator. Very strange. I'm quite certain it was off last time I was down here.
Is it a fairy?
Perhaps it was the work of a fairy. Hifumi, do you realize what you just said? Huh? The fairy? No, you said that last time you were here the incinerator was off. Ah, yes, about that. There can be no mistake. If I've gotten one thing going for me, it's my memory.
I feel as if...
Yesterday I was... as soon as I was appointed, I came down to check the place out. Yeah, it definitely wasn't on then. I haven't been back to the trash room since then. And since I'm the only one who has the key to open the gate, it should be impossible for the incinerator to be on, and yet... So that means someone was able to switch on the incinerator without opening the gate. But how is that possible? Well, that's easy. This whole thing is quite strange indeed. When I was here last, the incinerator was off, and those glass shards and burnt clothes weren't there.
Completely unforgivable.
What does it all mean, Mr. Nayaki? Will you be confessing soon? Why me?
That's it.
Everybody,
I'm sure of it.
Everyone already knows you did it. All the mysteries are being solved one by one. It sounds like he's living out one of his comic book fantasies. Can I turn it off? The green button turns it on and the yellow one turns it off. Or so it seems anyway. This huge trash can. And we're supposed to put what? Is that where we're supposed to put whatever trash we can't burn? Well, whatever it is, it doesn't look like it's hiding any clues. Oh, okay. Okay, so by the look of it, we can't do anything here. Anything else here. Right. Well, that's just given me everything I need, really. Oh, I didn't actually talk directly to this guy. Leon?
Seems like...
Something doesn't seem right. The monarch in the file said Sayaka was killed in your room. I just can't stop thinking about it. Could it be the nameplate? Wait, what? Wait, what? This is Sayaka's room, right? But the nameplate has my name on it. This is definitely my room, but the nameplate has Sayaka's name on it. The nameplate on my room and Sayaka's room was switched. So all that effort I put into switching rooms without anyone knowing was totally pointless. But why would anyone do that? I want to go and dining quickly. Because it was a knife. Right, let's see what you say. Hina, are you investigating the dining hall? Oh no, I'm just taking a break actually. I've been taking a break since we started. This is all a first for me, you know? I don't have the first clue what I should be doing. I know what you mean. And I don't know why, but being in the dining hall helps me keep calm. So I know I shouldn't, but I've just been kind of hanging around here. To tell you the truth, I was doing the same thing last night when Sayaka was killed. Okay. Thought so. There are all kinds of kitchen knives here, big and small. It looks like one of them is missing. Was it missing from the very beginning, or I'd better see if anyone knows any more about it. Kitchen knife set has been added. Well, I know it wasn't there before. Oh. Oh, I didn't know I could do that. Yeah, I didn't. Hey, so did you notice that one of the kitchen knives is missing from the dining?
Totally.
Yeah, weird. I thought it was kind of strange. The knife just suddenly disappeared like that. Oh, so it wasn't missing from the beginning?
Right.
Nope. I remember... last I remember they were all lined up in a nice neat row. So when did you notice one of them had disappeared? Well, I went to go get some tea from the kitchen last night and all the knives were still there. When I finished my tea and went back into the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone. So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? Yeah. In other words, you were right there in the dining hall when someone came and took it. Then you should be able to say for sure. You can't tell everyone I didn't come into the dining hall last night, which proves I didn't take it. Okay. Hey, by the way, did you really kill Sayaka? What? Of course not. I would never. Hina, do you really think I murdered her? Well, she was killed in your room, right? So, I mean, you guys were supposed to be friends, right? But you still killed her? On the other hand, two people becoming good friends, then one killing the other is a classic drama setup. So when you consider everything together, I honestly have no idea. Wait, I just thought of something before I go to the gym. Can I? Yeah. Okay. Okay, the DVD I wanted. I'm sorry, Sayaka, I need to borrow this DVD. Okay, right, I want to go to the AV room and find out exactly what it was. Just to get every pinch out of it, you know? Let's find out. I wonder if anyone else's DVDs are still here. Yeah, there's nothing inside. Thought not. It's fine now. I should be able to use this to see what's on the DVD. Sat down in front of the DVD and put it in. I pushed play and the screen was dark for a few seconds, but then an image slowly appeared. It looked like some kind of concert. And standing outside on stage, front and center, was a face I recognized all too well. Sayaka. She was there along with her friends, and she said, the friends she said had been so important to her. She was positively glowing there in front of the crowd, so full of life. Seeing that image made it even harder to accept that she was dead. My vision started to blur and darken, and then the voice I'd come to despise so much began to flow out from the speakers.
Sayaka Maizono, the ultimate pop sensation, lead singer for a world-famous all-girl pop band. For these girls, the glowing spotlight only made them that much more beautiful. But then...
Uh-oh. Suddenly the screen went dark. And in the next moment, I saw something I could hardly believe. What the? Sayaka had disappeared from the stage, which was now in ruins. But what I noticed even more than that was the figures of the other girls who had all simply collapsed.
This ultra-successful team suddenly fell apart. None of them will ever perform on stage again. None of them will ever feel the warmth of the spotlight. For Sayaka, there's simply nowhere for her to return to. So here's the billion-dollar question. What, oh what, could have caused the group to go to pieces?
Look for the answer after graduation. Without warning, the video cut off. What the hell? That wasn't real, right? They're a super famous pop group. Everyone knows who they are. Is he trying to say he was even able to get to them? If that really did happen, everyone in the outside world must be going crazy. What kind of person would take things this far? Okay. Let's talk.
Listen to me!
Do you have a second, Makoto? I've uncovered something most unusual. The door to everyone's room, dorm has a nameplate on it to show whose room it is, right?
You hear me?
Well, it just so happens. Wait, no. You might be the killer yourself. I can't tell you anything. Forget everything you said. Forget Beam. Sorry, just a little joke. Even I do jokes sometimes. Well, I'm going to the gym. Because the crystal ball. I think I already know who it is, but we've got to double check everything. Hey Hero, can I ask you something? No, I gotta get out of here, gotta get out of it now. I've had enough. Gotta break free. Hero, snap out of it. Makoto, what are you doing here? What? Hey, does this look familiar? Ah, that's my crystal ball. This all smashed, what the hell?
The heck?
I only bought it because the guy said it was blessed. He said it was unbreakable. So, how did it break? It was actually just made of glass and not crystal. Did that guy totally dupe me? He said it belonged to the pillars of history. Genghis Khan, George Washington, Napoleon. He said whoever controlled that crystal ball controlled the world. What? That, was that seriously all BS? Let's put it aside for now. So, you can say without a doubt this belonged to you. Yeah, that's mine for sure. I probably forgot it in the laundry room last night. Someone must have come by and snatched it. You left it in the laundry room? That means anyone could have found it and taken it. Okay, that's good. Thanks, Hero. That's all I wanted to know. Sure. By the way, I almost afraid to ask, but how much did you pay for that thing? Everything I saved from fortune telling for 2 years. Came out to be like $1 million. $1 million? That's pretty cheap, actually. I mean, considering it gives you the power to control the world. That's just too stupid. I can't even feel bad for him. Oh no. I didn't finish.
I'm getting tired of waiting. What say we just get started? It's time for the long-awaited class. Now then, allow me to appoint a proper location for the proceedings. Please go through the red door on the first floor.
The red door on the first floor. That's where I should go. No, where I have to go. No, I didn't get to the laundry room. Can I? There's no running away now. The red door, I have no choice but to go through. Fuck! Okay. You're late, Makoto. We've all been waiting for you. I bet you were afraid you would be discovered as the murderer you are.
Listen to me!
Let's not jump to conclusions just yet. Save that for the class trial. There we can all reveal the details of Makoto's crime. So they really are convinced I did it, but I didn't do it. Me and Sayaka both know that all too well. But then, who is the killer? The one who murdered Sayaka. Is it really one of us? Man, it's gonna suck.
Is everyone here? Okay then, please board the elevator in front of you, which will transport you to the courtroom, where all your fate will be decided. I'll meet you all down there. I'll be waiting.
Screw it, let's go for it. I guess I have no choice but to get on this elevator.
Well,
let us begin.
yes, indeed.
Good idea.
Hey,
Are you scared? No, scared isn't quite right. I said it before, but it's up to you to uncover the mystery surrounding this case yourself. If you don't, you'll never come to grips with the truth. I need to uncover the truth of Sayaka's death. I didn't need someone else to tell me to do that. In Sayaka's honor, I swear I'll find who the real killer is. As I raised my voice to try and give myself courage, I turned, trembling with anticipation towards the elevator. With each step forwards, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. Everyone else was already on the elevator when I finally stepped on. The doors closed and the elevator started to move. The steel box descended with heavy clunking sounds towards the school's basement. I wonder if this is how a death row inmate feels when his time finally comes. Rather than that, is it not more like a defendant waiting to receive his judgment? Obvious to our shared anxiety, the elevator lowered us further and further into the bowels of the school. You finally arrived! What do you think? Doesn't it feel just like a real courtroom? It's like a Hollywood movie set, right? Not even close, it's total shit. Okay, everyone find your assigned seats and sit down. Hurry up now, hurry up. We did what he said and found our seats. The seats were arranged in a giant circle. It was set up so that everyone could see everyone else, which also meant it would be easy for anyone to transfer their tension and unease into anyone else. The air seemed to grow heavy as we sat there. Everyone's standing though. And so the curtain on our first case opened. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. I'm gonna save here just in case I really fuck this up. Okay, so open the e-handbook. So I've got a fair amount of okay, so from what I've seen, I never finished that one. I never finished most of them, so this is going to be a very difficult thing. Increase the time limit for each phase effective during... Okay. What's the other two? Increase damage to the opponent when a statement is destroyed. Effective during the battle. Okay, I'm going to add that one. Is that the only two I've got? That is. Okay, let's do this then. Trials. All rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
And the killer really is one of us, right?
Of course.
Okay then. Everyone, close your eyes. And whoever did it, raise your hand.
Don't be a goddamn idiot.
Yeah, that's not
Why
gonna
the hell
work.
would they raise their hand?
Before we move on and start the trial, can I ask a question real quick? What's going on with those pictures?
I'd feel awful if they got left out just because they died. Friendship penetrates even death's barrier. Friendship penetrates.
Okay.
Okay, but what about that other empty seat? There were only 15 of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
Oh, no reason. It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up to 16 people.
Fair enough.
Okay, that about does it for the preamble. Get ready to... First up is the case summary. Now, let the class trial begin!
Okay. It's about to begin, the debate to decide who we think the killer is. Anything I found, anything I noticed, I have to be ready to speak up about everything. Because this isn't just about me, everyone's lives are on the line. Your first non-stop debate is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Yes! I've not done this before, so... As things progress during each class trial, you will engage in a number of non-stop debates. During these discussions, characters will speak one after another without pause. It's up to you to unearth any lies or contradictions buried within their statements. What this means is that you'll have to use your truth bullets to refute what they say. Any relevant truth bullets you found during your investigation will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Use mouse to aim and then fire the... So I've got to remember all of that information? Holy shit, this is going to be awkward. Use your truth bullet to blast one by one. Note that if you run out of time, you will automatically fail, so please be careful. If you press the escape key during these, you can review the controls. Well, good luck then. Have fun that one. This is going to be difficult. I swear I'm going to lose.
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono.
Yeah,
That's
you
true.
know that part already. And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
Yep.
In the bathroom. So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom. She didn't even have a chance to resist.
That's not true. Something's off about what was just said. Because if Sayaka hadn't resisted at all, there's no explanation for what happened in to my room. For this first debate, we'd like you to take a quick sidebar. If you're unable to spot and refute some lies or contradictions, the argument will repeat. Within a group of statements, some words appear in a different colour. Did you happen to notice? That represents a potential hole in a person's statement, a possible weak spot. These weak spots reveal important, though not always inaccurate, sections of a person's statement. Your truth bullets are only effective against these weak spots. So when you see one come up, take aim and fire, but only if you're sure it's accurately wrong. You can fast forward an argument by holding the control key. Well, good luck, have fun. Wait, did I miss it?
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss...
Yeah, you know that part already. And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
In the bathroom.
That's true.
So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom. She didn't even have a chance to resist.
That's the one. Okay. Something else. So, wait,
I
what?
assert that the one who was murdered...
Yeah, and the murder.
Did I do it at the wrong time?
So it seems the killer must have taken her by... She didn't even have a chance to resist.
There you go. You've actually got to shoot the words.
Just a second, Chihiro. Try to remember how my room looked. With the way things had been damaged, I think we can definitely assume there was a struggle.
A struggle? Between who and who?
Between Sayaka and the killer, of course.
So you're saying Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise in the bathroom?
She must have been attacked in the main room first. Then, she ran to the bathroom to try and hide. The killer followed her in, and that's where they finished the job.
That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene. It shouldn't even need explaining.
Sorry.
Okay, so what's next?
Next is the subject of the murder weapon.
Wow, this is starting to sound like a real trial.
I'm really focusing here. We need to determine what was used to kill Sayaka. Well, that's easy. Make your argument. Kitchen knife set. That's what I've got, yeah.
So what was used to kill her?
There was some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach. Without a doubt, that is the murder weapon.
Oh, yeah, but
So the killer used some random knife they had on her.
not just some random knife.
No, that's wrong. No. I do think it was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost positive it was a kitchen knife.
Huh? A kitchen knife?
After the murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
Which means that knife must be the murder weapon.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. You could sort of see the weapon sticking out of her stomach. And if you look real close, I could totally see that being a kitchen knife.
Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife, but where does that get us? I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right?
That's right. Makoto's room was the scene of the crime. And what proof do you need?
Hold on a second.
Let's draw our conclusions after we presented our arguments. Otherwise, what's the point of the trial?
Well, we can talk all we want. It's not going to change that conclusion.
I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure if we keep at it, something new will reveal itself.
You really believe that?
She's right, there's got to be a breakthrough somewhere just waiting for us to find it. Because I know damn well I'm not the killer. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear them? Absolutely. You can concentrate by holding down the space key. While you concentrate, time will slow down so you can pay closer attention to what everyone's saying. On top of that, it'll steady your aim, making it easier to target potential weak spots. Concentrating like this consumes focus gauge. If this gauge empties, you can't concentrate. But the focus gauge will recover over time, so let your brain take a rest, no need to rush. Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay. Make your argument.
So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon. But where does that get us?
Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, right? He did it in secret. Nobody was in the dining room.
Boom.
No.
Suck it.
Okay, wait. Hold on. I didn't take the knife from the kitchen.
Next you're gonna say you're not the killer, right? Go ahead and say it all you want.
Well, what if I have a witness? What do you think, Hina?
Huh?
Remember what you were telling me earlier?
Well, I went to go get some tea from the kitchen last night and all the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back into the kitchen, I washed my glass. To wash my glass, one of the knives was gone. So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? Yeah.
Just to be perfectly clear, the knife disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, he definitely wasn't there.
The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall. But I wasn't there the entire time. In other words, there's no way I could have taken the knife.
Okay, then what about this? What if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on it together and lying to protect each other? Idiot swimmer girl? Oh, and more importantly, why would I get involved in something like that?
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So it doesn't work.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
But
Exactly.
what if they did work together and they just didn't know about the rule?
Good
point.
grief, enough already. No, okay? There are no accomplices in this case. Oops,
Fair enough.
did I say that out loud?
Anyway, I didn't go to the dining hall. And I didn't take the knife.
Someone else
So
took the
I'm
knife.
not the killer.
Okay, so then, who did take the knife?
Hina seemed the obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall.
No way! I swear it wasn't me!
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that? I can.
There you go.
That's right. Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea.
I hate to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's...
Me.
Right.
But then, couldn't either one of them have grabbed the knife?
Actually, no. Because, well,
Just spit it out already.
I stayed in Hina's room last night.
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos. I wasn't really thinking, I just asked her to stay over. Which means we have airtight alibis. You stayed over? Doesn't that violate one of the school regulations? We're not allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms. But it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned room. So, I don't think that's a problem.
It is a problem. A boy and a girl spending the night together? It's unwholesome.
But I'm a girl.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
You are?
like,
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
But if it wasn't either of you, then what other possibility is there?
Actually, there is one other possibility. Right, Hina?
Oh, yeah, that's true. One other person did come to the dining hall while we were there.
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Well, because they're not here anymore.
wait, what? Someone who's not here? Are you talking about?
Sayaka. She's the one who came to the dining hall. And then later, she wound up dead.
Sayaka? Okay, so the person who took the knife from the kitchen was... So, Sayaka took it.
I got it! Then, Sayaka is the one who took the knife?
That's the only possibility. And thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual. When she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen. As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water. But most likely...
The person who took the knife was the victim herself.
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
So you're saying the knife she took was then taken from her, and she was killed with it? In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
Yeah, that's a problem.
See? He did do it after all.
No, you're wrong.
So, that's how you would twist the argument and send us all off in the wrong direction? You possess a most terrifying talent.
Damn, if I don't do something, they're gonna blame me for the murder. Don't they understand? If they convict me, everyone's gonna die.
It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you say? Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering. And
That's a good
until we
point.
unravel that little mystery, you simply can't declare that he's the killer.
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
The door.
Something was missing
bathroom
from the
door.
scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Your first Hangman's Gambit is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Yes, I don't know what the fuck a Hangman's Gambit is. As things advance further into Car's trial, the Hangman's Gambit will eventually take place. The point of this is to reveal any important phrase related to the incident in question. You'll have to deduce the phrase from the letters flying around and the letters already known. Complete the phrase by shooting down the flying letters in the right order. Use the mouse, then aim left to aim, then press to shoot. If you shoot down the wrong letters, you'll suffer damage to your influence gauge. If this gauge reaches 0, or if you run out of time, you fail. Well then, good luck and have fun. Something that should have been done at the scene of crime, but wasn't. That must be a crucial point. If we can just figure out what something is. Oh, fuck. I hate things like this. It's 4 letters. No, it's not an A. Am I losing influence? Oh, I just... A, okay. Hair, where's an R? God, I suck at things like this. I really do suck at things like that. You have to shoot him multiple times, depending on the color.
There wasn't a single hair on the floor.
So, the culprit removed some evidence?
Yes. And if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there. That makes sense, does it not?
No. If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just her hair.
Yes, very true, very true.
Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Wait, then that means...
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
Then, Makoto isn't the culprit?
Are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
I would like to hear these reasons.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene?
Yeah, that's
Sayaka
another
was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
What do you mean?
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
The killer struggled to get into the bathroom, and the evidence that proves it is the object the killer broke, which would be the bathroom doorknob.
I got it! Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
Huh?
The doorknob? What doorknob?
The doorknob for my bathroom. It was completely broken. See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
Oh yeah, true. But what does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room? But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
You still don't see? Okay then, let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
Kyoko said it was a bewildering act. I almost didn't notice it first, but is that the key point here? There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Right, let's hear it. From here on out, the number of weak spots will start going up, but no matter how many weak spots, there's essentially only one lie or contradiction in that debate. What I'm trying to say is not all weak spots you see are necessarily false. Use truth bullets on wrong ones, and not only will you fail to refute what they said, but you'll also lower your trust with everyone, and your influence gauge will take damage. Now this is important because if your influence gauge reaches 0, you fail. You'll have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies or contradictions. Well then, good luck and have fun.
The incident took place in Makoto's room.
Yep.
Sayaka was first attacked in the main room.
That is true.
She then fled into the bathroom.
Also true.
Then the killer ran after her.
True.
And they got into the bathroom.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door, because Sayaka had locked it.
And finally,
Oh, I hit it.
the
No.
culprit had Sayaka cornered.
To finish the job.
I missed it.
You! We already know the answer.
The incident took place in Makoto.
Sayaka was first, she then fled into the...
Then the killer ran and they got into the back.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door, because Sayaka had locked it.
Nope.
No, it's wrong.
Objection.
The reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked. After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with walking bathrooms, right?
Yes, now that you mention it, that is true.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yup, true as true can be. But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door, that's not lucky at all.
True.
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck. But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place? Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
The killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
The killer was convinced the bathroom door was locked, so they didn't know that the door actually couldn't be locked. In other words, the important details... in other words, the important detail about the scene of the crime that they didn't know was that...
I got it!
Yeah, it took place in my
The
room.
killer must not have realized that it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable.
And yet, He's absolutely right.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is
That's
what led
true.
to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
There would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through.
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident. But the killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door opened.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
Definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
That is a definite possibility.
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
Exactly. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Okay, then who did do it?
I'm sorry, but I give up. Quit without saving.
But what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Well, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules.
Majority rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
Does no one
that's easy
have
enough.
any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem. Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question. Oh, you don't gotta sound so disappointed.
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
This is
yeah.
taking ages.
Okay, so, well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
Then, maybe someone picked the lock?
Negative. If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way. They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Miss Maizono just let him in.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place. Hello? Why exactly can't that be it?
Because she asked me to do something in particular because of how frightened she was. That's the answer right there. There was no way Sayaka let someone in because... Switching rooms?
I got it!
I'm gonna guess.
Because Sayaka was already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
The same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open your door for anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you, I'll absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching?
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if her being scared was a lie?
Good point.
Huh? Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
There's something I want to talk to you about, just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room,
I found a
okay?
notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil, and these are the words that appeared.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows. When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes. Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
Huh?
Which means only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka, who switched rooms for a single night?
So, Makoto, did you write this?
No, I didn't.
Of course you didn't. Because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
Then that note, Sayaka wrote it?
But why? Why would she write that?
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
But can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Huh? What makes you say that?
Would you like to hear what I have to say? Very well then. Pay attention.
Okay. Oh, really? One more? Make your argument. Dorm nameplates. Okay.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct?
Yep.
But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in.
No, that's wrong.
Did I get the right one? I think I did.
The nameplates on my and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
They got switched?
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves. As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name. And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem. And the one who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
Right.
Okay, then who did it?
The only person that could have switched nameplates, the only other person who knew we had switched rooms, which was Sayaka.
I got it! Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms. So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was Sayaka.
You can also infer as much from her note.
There's something I want to talk to you about. Just us two in 5 minutes. Come see me in my room. Check the nameplate to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
She specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
What?
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
To understand
Well, it's pretty simple, to be honest.
We first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
What happened then was, whoever she invited over came in and attacked her. We figured it out. We know who did it. Whoever she invited over is the culprit.
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot.
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes? Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
Yes, I think you're right.
Then... we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
What's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself. It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
The reason I know Sayaka's wrist was broken with the fake sword is because when you look at her wrist, there's no doubt yeah, the glittering.
I got it! All you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist. and it should become pretty clear. Right there where her wrist is all swollen. There's something glittery there. See?
Is that gold?
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you. And there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword, right there on her wrist!
I see. And so the truth draws ever closer.
All right, then it's about time to solve this mystery.